Hey guys, this is Magic here, and I'm gonna rush through this one as quickly as possible because there's a lot to get to. Oh yes, it seems Wizards has semi-purposely, I guess you could say, leaked some artwork and some cards and some other information from Modern Masters 2017, as well as Amon Ket. So that's kind of cool. The way they did it is beyond idiotic if they were thinking that it wouldn't end up on the internet, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume they knew it would. Let's start with the box artwork. Pretty cool. You guys know I love playing blue, so the theory is that that's Snapcaster Mage on the cover. Who knows? I mean, it's not Jace, so they basically have to print Snapcaster in this one. So yeah, I would say it probably is. Plus, I just like the look of it. It looks really cool. And then, oh, look who's on the 3-packs. Oh, boy. It's a trio of cards that nobody gives a crap about. On the left, we've got, apparently not Tybalt. That would be Domri Raid. You know, the mythic planeswalker from Gatecrash. He's actually exceptionally good. He costs 3, he has 3 loyalty. All 3 of his abilities are combat-oriented, sort of, or creature-heavy. He's quite good, but pretty much nobody plays him. I think he's like $3. In the middle, didn't need to look that one up. That is Grizzlebrand. A lot of people saw that one coming. Big ol' 8-cost demon, quad black. Pretty nice. He's in like some free casting decks. He's in some Black Devotion decks, I guess. I don't know. He's in quite a bit of stuff, really. So that's cool. He's a mythic, obviously. 7/7 flyer. He's got lifelink. If you pay 7, you draw 7 cards, which is some broken crap. Still not that heavily played, but really well known. So yeah, put him on the front. I think he's floating in around 12, $13 or something right now. And then on the far right, we've got not Elspeth and not Avacyn. It's apparently Stoic Angel. Who knew? And, you know, God forbid they draw the artwork again. Guess that would just cost too much money. So this is a crap card that nobody plays. It's a 3/4 flyer with vigilance, and players can't, well, including you, can't untap more than 1 creature during their untap steps. Absolute suicide, completely idiotic, and it costs 3 colors, plus it only hits for 3, and it costs 4. That's not even a modern card at this point. I mean, it literally is a modern card, it's just who the hell plays this? It's like $2. So people are saying, okay, you know, odd choice. I mean, the artwork's pretty and all that, but let's take a peek at Modern Masters 2015. Is that like a $40 to $50 Karn, a $55 Noble Hierarch, and a $50 Vendilion Clique? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Well, at the time it was. I'm not sure about current prices. Actually, I think Karn floated down to like 35, but and the Noble Hierarch I think might have actually been higher, but you guys get it. Oh, and then who is that? Etch Champion on the outside. I mean, that card was like what, $4 or $5 or something. I mean, it's a good card. It's just not the go-to card for artifact decks. So with like just about $350 mythics on the cover of, or on the booster packs, you know, for 2015, Modern Masters 2017 doesn't look so good. Now with Wizards not wanting to put more focus on competitive level Modern, it's debatable whether they're actively trying to diminish it or kill it. I don't think they would. I think they see it as their biggest second opportunity to make money. I think that Modern Masters outsells Commander by just huge numbers. So it's also the big one that stores rely on to sell, you know, and make a huge profit to stay in business. It also lets people get into Modern by theoretically lowering the prices unless it's Noble Hierarch or Tarmogoyf. Honestly, I don't think either of those even went down a little bit. So I can see why people are a little bit worried because, well, now we know 3, maybe 4 cards in the set, and yeah, snaps are worth a bit. This set damn well better have like Liliana and some other 50 plus cards in it, or people are going to be pissed. Now, historically, Wizards seems to be putting in enough cards to make the box EV on day 1 about 350, something like that. But you know, if it drives down the price a little bit, it'll kind of land around the MSRP or maybe a little bit under it in time. It makes sense. That's what I would call a good set. But I don't know. If Modern is dying, if they think it's dying because nobody wants to play it because it's stale and boring and stupid and they just kicked it out of almost every tournament, wouldn't they want to cash out on it? I mean, it still has to be draftable, but put just about every Modern staple that hasn't been reprinted yet, just put it in there. I mean, make the box worth $500. They would sell so many packs. I mean, so many boxes. And yeah, it would crash the prices. I mean, it would probably just cut 50% off of every card across the board. But good. I mean, people who are actively playing with $1,000 modern deck and also treating it as an investment are idiots. If you want to treat something as an investment, put it in a sleeve and leave it in a vault or something. You can't get both. And the vast majority of people holding Snapcaster Mages are not investors. They're actual players. And plus, if they screwed over the investors who are just hoarding cards, taking them out of the hands of players, and then selling back to them for more money, screw them. I mean, I hope they lose money. Good. They shouldn't even be in this business. You know why there's no investors in Yu-Gi-Oh? Because the people at Yu-Gi-Oh who design the cards and choose which ones go in the sets screwed them over so much that it's impossible to make money. They make all the money as the company, which makes sense because it's their product. These little middlemen who are not authorized by Wizards at all, screw them. Absolutely screw those greedy, parasitic pieces of garbage. So do I think they should put a little bit more better cards in the set? Yeah, I do. I really, really, really do. I'd put Path in there. I'd put everything. Unfortunately, we know that the vast majority of the cards are going to be from, let's see, what did they say? The Return to Ravnica block, which literally nobody wanted. They overprinted the hell out of that, and it was like, what, just like 3 years ago, 2 years ago? No thanks. We're good on those. Oh, and the other set that they, or the block, I should say, that they already said that they're going to focus on was Innistrad, which, okay, there's some serious money there, so I agree with that one. But Return to Ravnica, my God, what are they thinking? It's like Voice of Resurgence and maybe another card? Certainly not that Tybalt-looking piece of crap, that little stupid $2 Planeswalker or whatever the hell they just put on the front of it. Nobody gives a crap about Domni Raid or Domreed, Jeffrey Dahmer, whatever the hell his name is. I'm just going to call him Shorty McMohawk, okay? That's a little bit more memorable. So they're printing a bunch of garbage from one of the worst blocks printed recently. Great. I'm so excited. And then Innistrad, which I could have sworn we were just in. Although literally nothing got reprinted. Okay, there was like 2 reprints. Actually, Saint Traft, that was not technically a reprint. That was what the card should have been in the first place. So they just printed fixes. I think maybe there was 1 card that was reprinted from Innistrad. I think that's it. Now, FYI, if you haven't been on the up and up, you can get a box for about $180, $185 around there, pre-order blind, and that was as of 2 or 3 days ago when nobody knew a single card in the set. Let's see. Now that we know 3 of the cards and they're all garbage, let's see. Oh, it's $183.93 now. One up about $1.93 or so. People are really excited about Griselbrand, apparently. They actually went for $185 a piece for bid for a full case. Oh boy. Now, I know it looks bad for this set, but I just can't even imagine the logic that would go into them not putting enough good value cards in the set. And like I said, if something is just crap in the set, it's probably for draft reasons. It's probably because they needed a blue counterspell. They needed a white exile spell, you know, and it might not be the one everybody plays. It might be like a Devouring Light or whatever. Like, who plays that? But it would be really good in sealed. And yeah, I mean, giving people 2 reasons to buy your product instead of 1. Brilliant. I mean, if people are just like, I want to draft with more powerful cards than normal and get extra value out of it, even though it costs more to draft, I mean, it's kind of a wash because you're drafting more expensive cards and paying more for them. Okay, you break even. I don't know why everybody's tripping over that. I mean, yeah, it's $40 to draft, but geez. But other than the crappy cards, I mean, they got to put in enough value to make it worthwhile to buy because let's say the EV of the existing cards as they sit right now before even a price drop, if it added up to $150 a box, do you really think anybody would buy it? We are talking a 10-to-1 reduction in sales. Easily. I mean, that's easily realistic. And then compare it to, okay, they make the EV of a box about $300 on day 1. You know, just by carefully picking out some cards that need to be reprinted that are in the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 range. You know, then put in a couple big foil bombs and just whatever, and there you go. Now the EV of a box is like 300 or flirting with like 325. Okay, now you got double the sales as if it was 250 flat, or if not more. So if it's that simple, you just change your mind about what to put in the set just to make double the money. I mean, we're talking millions of dollars, like tens or hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah, I think they did that, so I'm not that worried. I am worried about the actual box price on the open market, but that's mostly because investors are all butthurt over what Wizards purposely did to them, which I completely support 100%. I actually find it utterly hilarious that they just screwed them over with Eternal Masters and then screwed them over even harder with Plane Chase Anthology, which anybody who plays the game and anybody with a brain or anybody who owns a store knows that there was zero demand for Plane Chase. Okay, nobody's like, God, I just can't wait to play Plane Chase. I tried to hype it up because I love the format. I played it like 2 or 3 times. I thought it was fantastic. But even with that, I mean, people didn't just rush out to play Plane Chase. So with them overprinting it to hell and then no demand at all for it, I mean, if nobody's pre-ordering it and nobody's asking about it and nobody's saying, oh, I can't wait till it comes out, no local gaming store is like, yeah, give me 50. It's just the idiot investors who are like, oh, it's a limited print run. It's a super limited one. What? My distributor called and said they have 500 available if I want them? That's not suspicious. That's not a red flag at all. And then complete, just utter idiots who only understand investing and don't understand the game because they don't play it and they don't like live it and experience it on a daily basis. They don't go to F&M. They don't talk to people. They just treat it like it's a stock or a bond. They're the ones stuck with 500 copies of Plane Chase Anthology that people are paying $82 a box for. Well, they brought it on themselves, and I think Wizards knew what would happen and they did it on purpose. And in the meantime, they pocketed a ton of money from those idiots. That is more than fine with me. They deserve it. Like I said, they're the gatekeepers and they're parasites. They just grab up all the limited products, hold on to them, and then say, if you want to buy them, you got to go through me and you got to wait 3 years when it's worth more. Well, screw you. Who elected you to be the middleman? I'm pretty sure Wizards picked out their distributors, and you're not one of them. So get the hell out of the market. And by the way, them getting the hell out of the market means that they're not touching Modern Masters yet, and it's like $180 a box. So that kind of benefits all of us. It's going to lower the volume at Wizards, so I'm not 100% confident that Wizards did this on purpose fully, but I think it's funny. The results are hilarious regardless because it screws over those people. So if you're, considering yourself an MTG finance type person, a rather mid to large scale investor, screw you. I hope you drop dead and I hope you lose all your money. I can't wait to announce more spoilers for Modern Masters. Should be coming probably this week. And I'll see you guys next video. Which, by the way, in case you haven't figured it out, I'm splitting the Amonkhet spoilers into a separate video because why wouldn't I?